We go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Boomer Show, Candid Conversations. Say hi to
Hey.
my co-hosts, Renee and Diane. Hopefully, Mel will join us. Pam will not be with us this evening. She got a few dental issues. So here's Mel now.
Hey.
Hello, how
Hi,
are you?
Mel. Perfect timing. We were just all saying hi.
Okay, hi.
Hey, so the gang's out here. What's up, ladies?
Uh,
I'm going to do my earring cam right quick.
yes.
Oh,
Pretty. Nice.
wow.
Wait, and look how they match her sweater.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
They're
Oh.
like a perfect match. They really were. So it was like today is the day.
Wow. Nice. Nice.
I
Yeah,
see you have your leopard on. That would have been my other choice. Yeah,
her earrings match her scarf. Can you see?
they
Yeah.
look right,
Oh, my
right. Get
goodness.
earring cam. There we go. There we go. See, you don't have to get a certain age and lose your sense of style, baby.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah, you
go.
know what?
Not with us. It ain't happening that way.
A friend, somebody had posted
Hey, Mel.
when we
Hi,
started
Diane.
being in their 70s, will they still look good to us or will they look old? And I was like, well, you know what though? I can't tell black men's age. It's like I'm like, is he in his 50s, 60s? So I'm glad I'm not really out there trying to date right now because I'd be done walked up on somebody and they'd be like, "Oh, lady, please move." I'll be like, "Okay, sorry."
Well, no, because I'm going to counter that.
I
They
thought,
won't be able to guess your age either. So y'all going to be in the same boat. Think about it. I don't think any of us look our age.
yeah.
So
You know what
they're going to be in
I
the
have
same
to
boat.
say about that age quickly is that, Mel, for some reason, I kept thinking whatever age that you are, you don't look it to me.
Oh,
May.
yeah. We don't know how old you are, Mel. Actually, well, we're
And
supposed to.
that's okay because whatever, if it's about the boomers, I said, she does not, you don't look your age.
She doesn't look like a baby boomer.
Well, if I may say so, none of you have the things that I have. So the bags, which is the big thing, but also the lines in the forehead and stuff. You all's foreheads aren't lined like mine is from probably constant years of frowning.
No, Kathy, because whatever the point, you look good. Period.
Well, I feel good. I'll put it like that. I feel
And like, even hey, I feel a bit of my age, a boomer, and all that kind of stuff. I feel it.
Well, and
I
and
feel
I Botox. So yeah. So
Really?
hmm yep. Every week I
Really?
surprise something else, huh? Yep. Yep. Now she looking at me all frowning, Diane. Stop.
No, I'm just kind of like,
No, because I'm thinking the next question is tell me how, where, tell me about it. I'm thinking I might could do that too.
You don't need it. And actually, the main reason I
Look,
did it because this crease between my eyes, I hate it. And so trying to minimize that, but they go ahead and shoot in the forehead and yeah.
hey, but
well.
still, there
I
now
never,
get my
I
wheels turning.
I
never,
would have
never,
never
I can
guessed
get
it.
rid of this.
Huh?
never would have guessed it, Renee, at all. If you hadn't have said anything, you just
No.
look naturally smooth. I'm telling you.
I'm serious.
Wow.
I'm going to change this
One
light here.
question: is it budget friendly?
Not really.
Is it
It's I'm trying to think. It's about $300 each time, and it'll last maybe about 3 or 4 months. Yeah, about 4 months.
oh, okay?
Okay, better.
Yeah, so it's
Not
it's
bad.
it's
Not
it's. I mean, you have to be able to budget it in. If it's something you want to
yeah,
do,
that's why I say budget
it's
friendly. But
just
hey,
doing it. You know, so
Hmm.
if I can get a chin tuck, I do that. A facelift, I do that.
I'm
Nothing wrong
definitely
with
going to
it.
get my eyebrows tattooed on at some point in time
are
this
you?
spring. Or
See,
I shouldn't say tattooed, micro
my
bladed.
it Yeah.
which is a lighter form of tattoo, still tattoo, but it's
Yeah,
it doesn't go as deep into the skin layers.
I have to draw eyebrows on.
Exactly, and that's what I'm tired of doing. I'm tired of drawing all the time, every day.
Really?
So yeah, so I want to go ahead and get because I have them. You can still see them on the back end, because they haven't gone gray yet. But the ones in the front, if I wipe off of this pencil, I look like I have half brows, and it's not a pretty picture. So I just need them to do me a fill in.
Oh, so
I
is
don't
this our beauty segment today?
You
Because
know,
I don't have a lot of body hair at all. So eyebrows, I can shave one time a year.
Oh
It just
my!
Nice.
grow. Yeah, legs
You know
don't.
what?
Don't
My hair growth has slowed down. From when we used to have to, or at least I anyway, shave legs and arms, and now I don't hardly have to do that anymore. I still have to hit the underarms a little bit, but like my arms and legs, the hair has thinned out so much that I don't notice it. I feel it. I'm
yeah.
like, okay, it still feels smooth.
well, I must say I'm glad to be in the mix of boomers that's not afraid to get some Botox. For
Well,
real.
I'll tell you my other secrets when we're not on.
I mean, and that's okay because I've definitely be, consider those things, think about them.
Yeah, yeah, for
That's
sure.
not afraid, to, go after that and do that.
Well,
Hey,
I am do have kind of an adventure spirit about
that's
it's like
what I'm talking
try it
about.
once or let's see what it's like or something like that. And if I don't like it, don't want to ever do it again or
Mhm.
uh
Yeah, because I looked up not too long ago, and tell me, Renee, if you've used the magnetic eyelashes. Have
no,
you used those yet?
I haven't used those. No.
I've been reading reviews and they've been kind of mixed, so I haven't gone for it yet. But at some point in time this year, I'm going to try the magnetic lashes to see how they work out.
I
Wait a minute.
seen a pair when
How
I
does
go
that
into
work?
Art of Beauty, but they don't. They seem kind of cumbersome to keep on and clip the top and the bottom.
Well, they have two different kind. They have one kind that it's like an eyeliner, but it's
Right.
actually the
You
glue.
see
So
it?
yes, you
Yes.
draw the eyeliner on, and then you stick the lash to that. And
Mm.
like I said, I've seen mixed reviews. I've seen some that got good reviews and some that got lousy. So it's in the back of my, I'm gonna try that sometime this year.
Eyelash extensions. I've tried that twice, and both times I got pink eye. That's my doorbell. I'll be back, y'all.
All
So,
right. That I haven't got yet, the extensions. I thought about it, but my granddaughter got them and my stepdaughter got them, and they looked nice in terms of looking nice and natural, but they did not give me the effect like this that I want, where, you can see that I
oh,
have on
okay.
lashes. And like, for instance, I don't have to have on eyeliner if I don't want to. Whereas with the extensions, you still got to put on eye makeup and stuff, because all it is
Mm.
just giving you a longer lash. It's not giving you a thicker lash, it's giving you a longer lash.
Mm.
So, I was like, nah, I don't need to spend that kind of money for that. I'd rather do these individuals and, get the effect that I want, which is this
Oh,
eyes.
okay.
Because without the lashes, I'm telling you, I don't even want to leave the house.
Really?
Yes, it is what it is. I have to have my lashes and my lipstick.
You right.
The
It is
lipstick
what it is.
now because it's Corona, but I'm a lipstick girl. But my lashes, I have to have my lashes on.
Yeah, I'm hit or miss with lashes because usually when I put them on, they make me look older. Uh, it just or I'll have one of them curved up and one of them kind of going straight. I'm like, okay, it looks like I'm doing this. So
Yeah, me and Diane have had the lash conversation before because she's gotten pretty good at doing hers, putting hers on. Whereas Renee, I'm still kind of with you. I can get one on good, and then the other one is looking kind of crazy. And so I'm
yeah,
like, forget it. For the price that I have to pay for them, it's worth it, because it's not expensive at all.
Well, and the other,
$15, I can get the lashes put on, professionally with the lashes, and they stay on for at least 3 weeks. So,
mm,
so it's worth it,
I've only had the little strip lashes put on one time, and I thought I was going to die. I think I had them on for about. My daughter said, "Leave them on for a minute." Went to do a photo shoot, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I was like, no, I got to take them off. So she didn't get to see me in the lashes. That was the only time I've ever done that.
Wow.
I mean,
Mine and Ours with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda. Anybody remember that?
Yes.
Before, yes.
She got drunk and her daughter had put eyelashes on, and his kids got her drunk. They kept putting alcohol in her drink because they didn't want her to be there.
That's right. That's right.
Clowning at the house, and one eyelash was up, like hanging down here, and that was my first of false eyelashes. I was like, oh man, those look like work.
Well, I can remember the first ones I got male were strips as well. I was a strip girl before I ventured off to the individuals. And I really like the convenience of the strips and the quickness that, they can get them on, because they can, really get the strips on fast. Mm. And you can get that the effect that you want with the strips, whereas the individuals, they kind of,
Oh, I had them really short. They were pretty much like the length of my eyelashes, but they filled them in a bit. But other than that, it was like, I will ever.
I felt self-conscious when I first wore them, and I got them right before a business trip. So I wore them to, I think it was Portland, and we ended up going out to a restaurant after work, right? They took us out to eat, and I was sitting at the end of the bench that we were on, and this lady walked by me, this white lady, and she said, "Your lashes, they look so good." And I was like, "Thank you." And then she walked away, and I'm thinking to myself, you got to know these was fake, lady. Are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was like a clown eyes, because it was my first time having them on. So I felt like I was flashing lash. But I quickly got over that.
Let me ask you guys, because I know that at least 3 of us will occasionally wear a hairpiece or something. Or all the time for some of us. But when people compliment you, do you go ahead and say, "Oh, thanks, it's a wig," or
no, not anymore. I just say thank you.
Yeah.
I used to say 10 or 15 years ago, I used to say thank you, I paid for it. Now I don't say anything. I just say thank you.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but no, not really.
Oh, I almost always, I don't know what it is.
It depends on who it is. Okay, I'll put it like that. Because if it's a sister,
right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? She might deserve a little bit more information. If it's one of them, I'm just gonna say thank you, because they ain't gonna understand, So it depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about Indian movies before you got on, Mel, because I get addicted now to Indian movies. And we were talking about some of the different ones, things, movies and stuff that you really are getting attracted to, or shows or whatever on Netflix or Hulu, or do you have any favorites right now that you're really into?
Oh, I'm definitely a documentary and African American history type of movies.
So did you watch that church one? I still haven't watched it.
Yes, I watched one, but I didn't watch the second session yet. But yes, but I've been kind of inundated with work, and I know I mentioned before my granddaughter's other grandmother is quite ill. So for the past couple of days, we've been sitting over there with her. But, if you saw this woman, you're talking about a pretty Black woman. That's gorgeous. She's like a year older than me. She's 61. My goodness. They sent her home on hospice, right? But I'm just like, what are they talking about? They're constantly saying, she's oh, hold on one second, that she's, going to pass, but she's not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he hasn't, praise God. And I'm praying that, she gets to continue just like before. I mean, she's the heart transplant, kidney transplant, double kidney transplant, about 5 hip surgeries, replacements and stuff. So she's gone through the ringer. But to look at her, you wouldn't know it.
Wow.
Very pretty and has done very well for herself. But keep her in prayer because she's I haven't been able to watch too much as of late, but I do
Okay.
like documentaries.
Okay. And I do apologize, you guys, for eating soup in the middle of this, but they delivered it right, at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, you don't want it to get cold,
Yeah.
so no, go for it. We're
Yes.
informal around here.
You say what?
I say we're informal around here, so we know, yeah, you gotta eat it while it's hot. Yes.
And that is like the most soothing comfort food for me. I love it. Is she
Well,
okay?
I don't know if the grandbaby's over there or not, but I'll just keep going. So I think me and Mel are kind of on the same page right now in terms of I've shifted away from watching the news so much to watching documentaries, which I've always liked anyway, is documentaries. But lately, just because it's been this month and they've been playing so many, I've been watching a lot of African American history documentaries.
Oh, okay.
They did one night before last, as a matter of fact, about the divide between Kinloch and Ferguson, here in St. Louis. And I didn't know some of that history. So it's all been, interesting to me, learning about stuff that I, don't know or wasn't aware of. So
I remember some of those places were the place to live, we're still knee deep in North St. Louis, and it's like, oh, so and so moved out to Kinloch, or they moved out to Maplewood or something, and it's like now some of those places are. Is there still even a Kinloch?
Well, it's still there, but you wouldn't, the few homes that may be left there. I mean, it's really gone down, and it's sad because Kinloch was the first all-black city in the country. And they had everything. They had their own stores, hospitals, all of that, neighborhoods, police station, all of that. They bucked up against Ferguson, and Ferguson didn't want to be integrated. And they, felt like if black people moved in the neighborhood and, literally we're talking across the street from each other, right? Mm-hmm. That the neighborhood, that the Ferguson was going to become a ghetto. That was the words. There was a lady that wrote a letter from 1969. But anyway, so that kind of stuff I've been watching this past month, and in the interest of disclosure, I only have cable. So I was telling them earlier before the show started that next week I'm finally going to get into some streaming. I'm going to break down and get a Fire Stick, and we're going to stream.
Oh, okay.
I bust down off all that, the extra cable stuff. My nephew was telling me yesterday about, all the different things that I can get, and free, and how I can get this and that. And I'm like, okay, it's time. Because I'm paying way too much for cable, and I'm not getting out of it.
More, some of the cable channels like the Discovery, TLC, all of them have now moved to a streaming service for like $4.99. So they still have it available on cable for now, but I don't think everything you want to see will still be available on cable.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like I can knock down to basic so I can keep my internet. And then even knocking off the 2 tiers, because I'm at the top tier, to knock down to the basic tier, that will save me alone. I can still do all the streaming and still not pay what I'm paying now. So financially, it's going to make sense.
Yeah.
Another thing we were talking about, Mel, do you do any online shopping?
Not a lot. My husband does quite a bit for both of us. So
now
he loves it.
Is he doing more since COVID, or he just
no, when he figured out how to use his tablet, and a computer, and then that he could order his fishing gear online. We get a box probably every other day. with fishing something on it, or hook, or something of that nature, or bass. He's a bass fisherman.
That would have been my father. My father, every Christmas, every Father's Day, every holiday, Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's at the time. Yeah, you ordered have stuff from the catalog. That's what he wanted. He was a serious fisherman.
Yes.
I miss.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you all of those, all of the above, and then some. Yes. And then the other day, though, I did buy something from HSN,
Oh, okay.
one of the air purifiers,
Oh, okay.
because we have so much dust here in Texas. It's not even funny. I mean, just everything gets coated with dust. You're dusting every day if you really want to keep up with it. And if you don't, then you're going to have 2 days worth of dust, 3 days worth of dust sitting up there looking like, you haven't dusted in a month.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
So we'll see how that works. But it was his insistence that I get it, because he was on his way out the door and he's like, "You need to get that, Mel. You need to get it."
Well, unfortunately, I have been. I mean, it like you said, a box every other day, and my feelings get hurt now. I'm looking out on my porch. It's like, wow, nothing. I'm not getting nothing. But I did. I had ordered some shoes from. I ordered some shoes from the Real Real and from Poshmark. Not Poshmark. From what's the other one? No, Poshmark. I think it is Poshmark. And then didn't like them, so I've relisted them and then sent them some more of my shoes to sell. And so I'm now attempting to do that because some of the sites make it easy enough for you to do that. I never could be an eBay salesperson because that whole, keeping up with all that and boxing up everything and carrying it to, I just, that was too much for me. But now a lot of times UPS or FedEx will pick up. I am shining. They'll come and pick up the package and stuff, and uh, they'll let you print out a label and stuff. So that becomes a lot easier. Um, but yeah, I've shopped from too many shops. And I told Kathy with Amazon, where I make my Amazon Prime work for me is that anything heavy that I don't want to have to carry home from the grocery store or something, cat
Right.
litter, big packages of toilet paper or paper towel, laundry detergent, all of those things get delivered. Because I'm like, somebody else can walk up the stairs and leave them on my porch, and I just bring them on in the house. That's all I've got to worry about. So those type of things. And then, unfortunately, once the internet knows you're a sucker, then they send you every deal ad available. And so every day I'm like, I've got like 4 emails a day that come from different sites. It's like deal of the day, deal of the day. And I'm like, ooh, that's why in my garage there is a pressure washer. It was too good a deal to pass up.
Okay.
That's a good thing. I need one, in fact.
Well, let's see. Hopefully this summer I will actually use it since I bought it, because
Yep. I need to power wash my back porch. So,
oh, really? Okay.
yep. Yep.
Well,
I'll
I
be
had
on the hunt for the same
somebody
thing.
last year to power wash my house, so maybe I'll be out there myself this time. Who knows? But a Bible study that I'm taking right now for financial freedom, they were just talking about the us spending, and not because we talk to God first and ask, what do you want us to do with your money? Because this is all he is in the first place. We're just out deciding, I want this, I want this, I want, and then we're praying to God, asking him, will he get us out of this mess? And so they were talking about advertisement, and I forgot the guy's name who was the originator of PR, you know, uh, which actually was founded off of propaganda. But what he found was that he was a nephew of Sigmund Freud, and they realized that people have want to be part of a group. We have this group mentality or whatever. And so part of that is that we want to be in with the group. So you can uh, convince people that they need a certain thing, even if they didn't need it and didn't even weren't even thinking about it. And so that's advertisement will do. You'll be sitting there watching TV, and okay, maybe you did need an air purifier, but if they hadn't advertised it right then, did you wake up that morning like,
Yeah,
you know,
had
No,
you thought
no,
about it.
absolutely not.
and so, and so the same, I'm definitely a sucker for it. Anything shiny, sparkly, I'm like, oh, pretty. And I'm spending money, just house full of pretty things, and it doesn't look pretty anymore because there's no room for it. It's a hoarder's haven now. Not quite hoarder like the TV show, except for my garage is it's like the TV show. But Diane, you said you do shop online some?
I look online a lot, but I mostly shop through Amazon
Okay, okay. What type of things
on
do you shop?
on a regular basis. It's just they just make it easy for me to just go through them if I'm looking for something. So I mostly shop online with Amazon.
Okay. Did you notice that it seems like Amazon's prices went up after COVID started? It
On
doesn't.
quite a bit. On
Huh?
quite a bit they have.
Yeah. And so something I guess they got tired of everybody deciding, I'm not going to the store. I'm getting all my toilet paper from Amazon. I'm getting, because once you pay for Prime, I can just order one Sprite and it's free delivery for that
Right.
one Sprite. And
Yes.
so, yeah, so they started and instead they should have just changed the delivery rules or something, or changed it with the next time that your membership came up, rather than raising the prices on everything. Because now, you know, I don't buy as many things from them, which is more their loss than to me. So, what do you buy, Kathy? What do you shop? Where do you shop online?
I'm kind of like Diane. I like to surf online, but I started off being an eBay person, and so I'm still an eBay person. If I'm looking for
Oh,
something, I'll go and look on eBay. I'll do a generic Google search. Like if I'm looking for something particular, and then look and see who has it listed,
hmm,
and then I'll go and compare, prices of features and stuff. But for the most part, I'm still a hands-on girl. And I was telling Renee earlier, because I work at the mall, and going back and forth to work. If it's not in the mall, I'm probably passing the store, and so it's easier for me to, just pick it up in person. Um, I was and I'm sporadic about it too. So like for a while, I'll be on eBay, and I'll be buying stuff, and then I'll go for months where I don't buy a thing. Um, I have been though a Wish shopper,
oh,
so
okay. How
I
many times have you
definitely shopped
got
on Wish.
burnt? How many times have you got burnt by Wish?
Only when I ordered shoes, because
Okay.
the shoes were always, they say it's an 11, but
Hmm.
if it's a, an Asian distributor, you really got to be careful. So on the shoes, I would have to go up a size. Uh, some of the other stuff though has been, just fine that I've ordered from them. And I see even like when I go to the beauty supply store,
Hmm.
I look at the stuff now on the shelf and I'm like, I know it came from Wish. I know they ordered it from there, and then they, market it. They get it so cheap from Wish that they can still sell the earrings for, $1 or $2 because it's cheap. So I've, kind of gotten hip. So I like to go and see what prices they're paying because I can get it. Like my
Yeah.
niece, she had me order her some hookah tips. She gave me
Oh,
one for my efforts since I already had an account, but some hookah tips and the packs of lashes, so
yeah.
that she could sell them,
Uh,
and they were cheap enough, for her to do that. So I will go on Wish and look. Periodically, I do go on Amazon though, and some stuff, that I have ordered on Amazon. Um, so now though, since I work at the Gap, I look on the Gap and see what's on sale because sometimes the online sales are different from what's in the store. And
Mm-hmm.
Macy's the same way. I will go online with Macy's and look and see what they have on sale. Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Now,
Well,
now,
but my internet thing, Renee, you were saying that, now that you've gotten on there and you're getting hit with the spam from different people.
mm-hmm.
My thing though is lately I've been going to the stock market and buying, you know, different stocks, different types of shares, and just kind of expanding the portfolio while things are relatively cheap. In some instances, some things are really high,
Mm-hmm.
but every other day I've got somebody saying this is the hot stock of the century for the next 20 years, and all this, and I'm like, okay, I understand this scam. The minute you open up your doors to something, oh, the little fine print is saying is we're going to sell some of your information because, hey, we are a marketer of products, but we
Yeah,
also sell our customer list to other people.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but what I've noticed, here's something that I was like, you know what, this is just it's gotten too fine comb now because I understand that the advertisers can pay for personalization, and so that's what's happening. But here's how it happened in microcosm. So I play Words with Friends on my phone sometimes, that game, just to keep me mentally sharp. If I look at something, perfect example, I
Mhm.
looked at a T-shirt on the Gap site because we didn't have it in the store, and I had bought a pair of pants I wanted to match up, right? So I looked at the shirt. I'm playing the game, and so you can't play these games free without having to look at the 5-second ad. The
Mhm.
ad comes up and it's the exact same shirt that I had looked at. So if I go and look at a site and they're one of those advertisers that sell, they do their personalization thing and I get ads that are personalized to something that I have looked at previously is kind of the way it goes. And I'm like, good grief, they have really gotten good with this stuff, slick with this stuff.
You know, when I used to do my Bible study going on BibleGateway.com, just going through every book of the Bible, a chapter at a time or whatever. Ads for stuff I bought in the corner of Bible Gateway. So I'm reading Psalms or something, and in the corner is just flicking and flicking, flicking something I've already bought, and I'm like, even the Bible apps and stuff on the computer.
They got to pay their developers too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yikes.
But you're right. The ads are all targeted on Facebook. I see a million wig ads because I buy wigs, and they will not leave me alone. I'm like, and
Yep, they find out what you're interested in and they feed it to you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so one thing I did learn, if you have PayPal, uh, PayPal's policies when you buy stuff online, you should read their policies because, like, if you have to return it and pay a return fee, PayPal, if you bought it, pay for it with PayPal, they'll pay up to I think $30 or something like that for the return fee of whatever that item is. If so
Yeah.
keep that in mind. Or some credit cards also.
Amex will do some of that as well.
You say Amex will?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just depends on which one you have, but they do.
Yeah, when I bought something on eBay that it got delivered, but it got delivered to the wrong place, and PayPal reimbursed me for the entire purchase.
Oh, good, good.
Nice.
Yeah,
I use
so
PayPal
I
in my.
use them. I will use them for sure.
Now, how do you feel about how eBay has changed over the years? Because it used to be, I used to go on eBay. It used to be fun when it really was bidding. Because I don't think you even bid anymore, do you?
Oh, they still have auctions, babe. Yep.
Oh, they
Oh
do.
yeah.
Okay,
hmm hmm
okay. But
Go
I mean,
go look for a Louis Vuitton purse or something like that, and see that see the auctions that are still being held.
oh,
Because they're still
Oh,
out there.
now,
Uh,
okay. So I hate to burst everybody's bubble on Louis Vuitton, but there was a historical fact about Louis Vuitton. Do you know that they used to hold live human zoos? They conducted live human zoos, and guess who the humans were?
well, I think I know.
Yes, would be us.
Mel, you are such a Debbie Downer, but thank you because they're so expensive that if I have to drop them out of my lineup, it's a good thing.
Well, they're dropped from my lineup
I
at
did
this
not
point
know
in time.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never real
you
back.
know, I was very
See, I
disappointed.
need to look up the history then of Louis Vuitton and see. Because I bet you there's a whole lot of these luxury chains that if they started in the early 1900s or the 1800s, got something in the past.
You would rethink diamonds just on the history of diamonds.
Well, hold on. That's something else that I am now. I buy the lab created diamonds.
Oh, do you?
You
Okay.
know, we'll have some that are really certified lab created. So
Mhm.
they're really nice ones. I mean, you can't tell the difference. I mean, you have to put on your glass. And if somebody's putting on their glass to look at my diamond, well, you know, you need
That's
to
a
get
little
a
bit
life.
too personal. Right, right.
Yeah, you just go get a life because that right
And
there
it's
is
too close already.
yeah, called no. But
Yeah.
so yeah, but you know, I was really surprised to hear that. So my take is this. I haven't seen anything from Louis Vuitton that they said that they've, you know, denounced that or that, you know, that was something that happened way back when and we're sorry. You know, that's not us. You know, we're very, you know, now, you know, very diversified or whatever. I haven't heard anything from them. So I'm really kind of like pressing around to see because they own Dior, they own Guerlain and
Really?
all of the brands that I used to support and rep. And I'm like, wow. And I still use Dior, um, their cellular skin care because I don't wear foundation or anything. Um, but I like skincare. And I'm like, why did you guys have to buy them? Because they bought Dior and they bought Galan and several other.
Yeah, but see, I don't think then that the angst transfers to them because they got bought. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a
Yeah, that's the thing for me
that's
on
you know
that one.
it's a different brand with a different history, and so I wouldn't put even though Dior may be the parent. I mean, Louis may be the parent company. I
Yes.
wouldn't put that on Dior. You know, just
And that's why I'm giving them the break because I'm like, okay. And I don't own a Louis Vuitton because I like Brahmin, but so
I'm a Coach girl, really.
I'm a Brahmin girl.
I can't afford
I'm a
Dior. I mean,
Brahmin girl.
Louis. I'm a Coach girl.
Yeah.
I like Brahmin, but their bags are too heavy.
Well, no, you can get the smaller ones, you know, the crossbodies.
Even the crossbody. You know, I have a little problem with my shoulder, but I get the wallets and I get the little pad, the little other little things, you know, because I really like their wallets, and I got a real nice passport holder. But I'm always checking out the bags, but they always seem too heavy, and I like things light.
Yeah, I
Even
get
the
smaller bags usually, but you know, I had to get the laptop bag, but it was on sale, and now that's one thing I won't buy unless it's on sale.
And that's me. I go looking for bargains.
right.
Dillard is the place.
It's on sale.
Like
That's where
I
I
don't
get
pay
it.
full
Dillard.
price for anything. I have to, you know, I have to find it on sale. I'll let it sit there.
Right.
I'll go and visit it in the store and everything. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but I'm not paying that price, you know, when I know it's going to be marked out.
Exactly. That's what
White
I
House
do.
Black Market had a jean jacket in there that was a Chanel influence look. I really wanted it. But when they finally put it on sale, they didn't have, you know, my size. I was like, that's all right. I have to let it go because I wasn't paying, you know, close to $300 for that jacket. I just wasn't doing it.
Right. I mean, do you guys have an outlet? You have a White House Black Market outlet?
I don't know. You know what? I'll have to look into that. If we have one, well, you know what? I'll have to look because we do have a premium outlet mall, but I don't recall if they're out there or not. I looked online though for the jacket and to see if I can still get it, but they didn't have my size, so it's okay.
But yeah, no, shopping and all the rest of it. I mean, now it's becoming like okay. Whew. And then of course going back to our little, if we have time for a little bit about what's going on in the government. Have you guys seen the hypocrisy this week? It's just been, wow. Where they're even trying to say that some of the protesters were not, the Trump supporters. They were Antifa dressed up as Trump supporters.
You know, all those people were Antifa and Black Lives Matter. You know, they put on Trump hats and they put on white makeup and they found Confederate flags and they said, I'm going and I'm finna fake and play like I'm a Trump supporter so I can get in with the crowd and beat up some people. It's like, really, y'all? I just wanna. I'm not gonna say it on air. What I'd like to do with some of these people. It's just, I shouldn't even be having those thoughts.
Oh,
but I can't help myself. Lord, I'm weak-minded. I can't help it.
Oh, but wait. It gets better.
Despicables, deplorables. Hillary was right. Deplorables.
Yes. I mean, and I could have gone a little bit further. Like you said there, I don't curse, so I just have to, refrain. It's like, okay, Lord, help me find some words that are acceptable.
And right, the hypocrisy, the whole word capitalized, because it's just like in flashing neon lights, the hypocrisy that's going on.
Right. But here
you don't want to prove this cabinet person, but you were perfectly willing these past 4 years to vote in these crazy people.
Oh, yeah. Her texts were too mean. Excuse me. Her texts were too mean. Well, do you know why Joe Manchin is not voting for her? Do you know why?
Yeah.
No.
His daughter is the CEO of the company that upped the price of the EpiPen to $500 per. It used to be like $5, and now it's $500. And she called his daughter out, and that's why he doesn't want to vote for her. She's the CEO of the company. He's the one to help jack up the price. And she called it out. And so the truth hurts. Bottom line, there are people that live with that every day that have to have that pen. And
that was bad. I remember that controversy. I remember when they did. That was a big deal.
Who can afford it if you
how much the price jumped up?
Yeah, who can afford it if you're making $7.25 an hour, that minimum wage? Oh yeah, about that. You've had how many raises in the Congress? About 14, and yet,
and the minimum wage has been
minimum wage has stayed $7.25, and it's going to hurt small business. I'm sorry, if you're opening your business and you're basically hiring people at $7 an hour, shame on you. Perhaps you should be opening that business. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. No.
People living wage. I agree. So I say
your place for 8 hours a day, and you're paying them $7.25. Shame on you.
Well, we can end it with some
try to make it off of that.
Yeah. There is some good news though.
Yes.
The court approved the turnover of Trump's tax records, and so the New York District Attorney has the records now as we speak. The team is going through them. They have 8 years, the past 8 years of his records, and the ability to subpoena whatever else they need. So I think the next 3 years are going to be interesting now to watch the different.
Yes. Oh, about that running for president again in 2024.
If they get convicted of any felony, they can't run. And so it's not just Trump, it's his kids and the Trump organization. They're looking into all of it, especially a girl. Because apparently she has some side things, like for instance, she got paid as a consultant, to the organization and that kind of stuff. So anyway, they have the records now. So the cat's out the bag. I can't wait to see all the different little juicy tidbits that come out over the next few weeks. So some good news for us on the blue side. Go blue team.
It is absolutely excellent. And yes, I'm tickled about that. But I almost feel sorry for the people that are sending their little $5 in, believing that man still, and he's not going to use that money for anything but his legal battles.
You know what? I don't feel sorry for them at all. I'm glad they sent it in their money because when they finally see the light, they really gonna be pissed off at the amount of money that they threw at him that he's gonna use for his legal battles. So I think that's just gonna hype the discontent, because I knew if I had gave somebody some money and then found out, finally, even though all sides pointed in that direction, but regardless of however late you get to reach the island, when you finally get there,
Mm-hmm.
the money always makes it worse. So
Mhm.
there's
Now,
just
how did you fare down there during the whole snowstorm thing?
We were out of hot water for 3 days. We did not lose our power, thank God, but most of the people around us did.
Uh-huh.
And the rolling, and then several were out. My brother-in-law is still without water in his apartment complex. So a whole lot of apartment complexes, even the stores, were damaged by pipes bursting, and because of no heat, because they had turned off the power in all of those places. But the rich part of this is ours, of course, is a separate grid, as everybody has learned, right? Not only is it a separate grid, but the board that was representing us, 5 of the people quit. They resigned. Not one of them lived here in Texas. Not one. And one of them actually lived in Germany. Now, this is Texas, okay? All about Texas and big old, we are Texas. And we
wanted to do their own thing so they wouldn't have to be told what to do by the government.
By out-of-towners.
Mm. Now, I didn't know that you guys' bills were going to be astronomical.
Not going to be. They are. One guy got a bill for $16,000. They took it from his savings account.
I see that. Yeah.
Yes. Now, hold on. But the bills are like $2,000, $3,000. One lady got a $6,000 bill. They took it from hers because she stayed on the auto pay.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what's happened to a whole bunch of people because they're on auto pay. They are taking all of their money. It's
right. I wouldn't have known ahead of time that the bill was going to be that high to know to cancel auto pay.
Your money or stop the auto pay.
Right. Well, but here's the thing. The governor
it blows my mind.
He put out a statement saying, "Don't pay the bill. Don't pay the bill. We're going to work on this. We're going to try to fix it." And it's called, and they put a moratorium on paying your electric bill. You don't have to pay it. If you don't want to pay your electric bill, you don't have to pay it because they're not going to turn you off. They cannot turn you off.
It's going to turn them into slaves because when the moratorium's over and everybody it hasn't been worked out and all y'all still owe $10,000 instead of the first $2,000 because you didn't pay the next month and the next month, then now you're indentured servants.
I'm not paying a doggone thing. If my bill comes in here crazy, I'm not on auto pay. My bill comes in, my husband pays it online directly, right? But if my bill comes in here with anything called 1,000 of anything, it will not be paid. It's just going to sit there and look crazy because I signed up for a fixed rate. That's your loss. You guys, did this thing. So no, you better be charging me that rate. And especially with all this mess.
All I can do is, pray for them and hope that common sense comes to some people, because common sense is not that common. I've noticed in
it is not.
It's not that common.
Yeah, but then we had this one guy. He came through again. I mean, talking about a good Samaritan, good story. This man is Mattress Mac. Furniture.
You're right.
And he opened up his stores again. And do you know that the churches, quite a few of them, did not? Now the Muslim church that's down there in Houston, they opened up their doors again too, fed people and everything. Didn't matter what religion or anything else, they fed everybody. What do you think? We've got to get on the sick. And I'm not just talking about the Joel Osteens of this world. I'm talking about those churches that are sitting right there on the corners and every day, saying, "Oh, come, and come as you are." But if you're freezing and cold and hungry, don't come over here now. We're not going to take care of you. I'm sorry. Now, I'm sure that there are some that did.
The mega churches, I can see the little bitty corner church. So, for instance, this church is down here on the corner from my house. If the weather and stuff going bad and we all suffering, I don't expect anybody to be at that little church. You know what I'm saying? I expect them to be at home trying to do their thing. The bigger mega churches may be a little different operation, and maybe more of an expectation for that.
Too much is given, much is required.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
That's why
and as far as those little churches are concerned, they should be able to call on the big churches to say, "I have members who need help." They should be calling their members to see how they're doing. They should have their deacons calling people, especially their seniors in their church, to see how they're doing, because some people froze in their bed.
Wow.
Some people burn up in their home because they didn't have any heat and they tried to heat their homes the best they could. And carbon monoxide poisoning.
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
2,000 people. So this was a tragic situation, and there was no respect of person, because this hit the rich neighborhoods as well as the poor.
Wow.
It was all across the board. Now, why ours got skipped, I don't know. I have no idea. I was thanking God for it, because our pipes were about to burst because we had no hot water. We had to take our electrical heaters, our little portable heaters, put one up in the attic where our hot water heater was, and then put one down by the laundry room pipes to warm them up. And a couple of days 2 days later, after we thought about it, then the water started coming. Thank goodness. Because it was like, "Lord, are my pipes going to burst? Please don't let them burst." And I've had several friends that had their pipes burst.
2 words from St. Louis, Mel. Whole bath.
Sister does the pat bath.
That cold water was just like, oh no, can't do it.
Oh Lord. And on that note, I guess, Diane, do you have some for us to think about?
Okay, think about this. Wise people can always find a way to bring out a smile.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
After you were very wise, you brought out a smile. You
know what they say, I will always leave them laughing. So there we go. I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation today. I think it was interesting to see, to talk about what we talked about. So, ladies, you all have a great week.
Yes.
And
Kathy, I gotta ask you a question after you cancel. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All righty then, ladies. Same bad time, same bad channel. We'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I like your hair, Renee. It's really pretty. Okay, so